Welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. The U.S.-sponsored resolution for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza has failed to pass the UN Security Council. Russia and China vetoed the resolution, which called for an immediate and sustained ceasefire in the Israeli-Hamas war. This news comes as members of Congress support a two-state resolution or solution in Israel, along with an immediate ceasefire, the release of hostages, along with aid for all civilians in Gaza. Congressman Al Green joins us here on The Factor Uncensored, and you have signed on hoping to see a two-state solution. But first of all, why did Russia and China refuse to sign up in that UN?
I would not dare speak for Russia and China. I have no idea.
What do you think their motivation may be?
Honestly, I have no ideas of why they voted against it. But I do think that a two-state solution is the only way for us to acquire permanent peace. On 14th of May of 1948, Israel declared itself a state, and our President Truman was the first world leader to recognize it as such. That was a good thing. But since that time, we've been working toward having a Palestinian state. We're now at a point with this interregnum, this time of no government in Gaza. During this interregnum is a time for us to plan for a Palestinian state. I have supported it since I've been in Congress. I'm a supporter of Israel. Since I've been in Congress, I have voted for more than $50 billion tax dollars to go to Israel. So I'm a supporter. But I also support the Palestinian people, and I really do have some concerns when it comes to the lives that have been lost. Over 30,000 Palestinians have been killed, most of them women and children. What happened in Israel was a dastardly deed performed by Hamas on October 7th. Israel has a right to go after Hamas, but I do think there are some limits, and to see babies being killed consistently, it causes a lot of consternation.
When you look at the death toll, Congressman, with the Palestinians, do you think Israel has made some missteps in this?
Well, I have not come to terms with the death toll. It bothers me. And yes, I think there have been missteps made. We're bombing buildings, knowing that there are children nearby. Those bombs, by the way, have our fingerprints on them. We have sent, since Israel has become a state, more than $200 billion to Israel. I support Israel, but I cannot support the taking of these lives. I'm antithetical to what happened to those Israeli babies, and I don't believe I can condemn what happened to the Israeli babies and then condone what's happening to the Palestinian babies, the killing of those babies. So I'm opposed to that. My hope is that we'll get to a two-state solution.
Do you foresee a ceasefire in this anytime soon? If not, what do you think it will take to get there?
Well, it will take this to get there, a release of all of the hostages. You should never take babies as hostages. What the Hamas did was just dastardly. So release all of these babies, all of these people that are being held hostage, and then have a permanent ceasefire, a sustained ceasefire. But that's the exchange that ultimately will have to take place, and I hope we'll do that.
And really quick, if you guys vote on this and send this message to Israel and the Palestinians that there should be a two-state solution there, what does that mean to them, if anything, other than a message?
Well, here's what it means, I think, to the Palestinians. A recent poll has shown that there are more Palestinians now who are moving toward a two-state solution. At one time, there was a desire for a one-state solution, but they're moving toward a two-state solution. But having suffered as they have, the Israelis are still in pain. And they're not eager to have a two-state solution now, and I understand this. But I also understand that we have to plan for it. Things don't happen immediately. It takes time, and we have to start now, and hopefully we can get there by the time this episode is over. And that's a polite word for war. There's a war going on, and unfortunately, too many babies are losing their lives in this war.
And it is a bloody war. Congressman Al Green, thank you for coming in here on The Factor. I know you just landed and you came straight here, and we appreciate your time talking about this important issue with us tonight. Still ahead.